Hey everyone, and welcome back for another episode of my Middlesbrough career on FIFA 15. In the previous episode, over our last 4 or 5 games, we found ourselves in a bit of a rut. If we put the scoreline to the side for the time being, it's the performances I want to focus on. They haven't been convincing enough, and they could be so much better. I know they can, because we've already put in a top quality performance on the opening day against Reading, where we won 3-1. I'm just not happy at the moment with how I'm going about playing with Middlesbrough here on FIFA. I'm just not sure what it is. Again, whether it's the formation or whether it's the actual players that's dragging us down, I'm just not sure. Our next game, we were away against Ipswich Town. Our previous game to this, we were back at the Riverside, where we drew against Wolverhampton Wanderers in a goalless or ballless draw. If you ask me, it was a bit of a boring game. The only highlight in that one was, I think, the actual sending off of Adam Forshaw with that challenge on Afobe, which meant he would miss out on this game on the journey to Ipswich Town. So in came Clayton to replace him. I wanted to see if he could do any better. Maybe he could take Forshaw's place. Maybe it's been Forshaw that's been letting us down over the last 3-4 games. Clayton was surprisingly brilliant in this game. Him and Kike were linking up nicely. You saw that opportunity where the keeper saved just a second ago. Clayton just getting in front of Kike, making that run. That's what I want to see. I want to see players making runs, making space for themselves. We've lacked that over those 4 games. You know, players constantly on the move, trying to come up with something, trying to create opportunities. We have seriously lacked that. And I think after this game against Ipswich, we found maybe a sign of things to come with players making movement in Clayton. Maybe he can be the inspiration towards this team as we go on throughout this season. Now, as you guys just saw, Vossen had come on to replace Kike, who was looking a bit tired, and as soon as he stepped foot on that pitch, he had scored a goal. The first goal of the game against Ipswich. Very happy. Wasn't sure about the finish, sliding on the floor and everything. Bit of a risk to take, but the ball powered up into the top right-hand corner, and that's all that matters, that we were in the lead, and we did hold on to that, and we came away with another 1-0 win. We just can't seem to get out of that 1-0 bracket. We're becoming the 1-0 brigade, a bit like Chelsea. The only difference is we don't park the bus. We do keep plugging away, but I think it's just the sights on the strikers' boots which need tweaking slightly. Now, our next game, we were back at home, back at the Riverside to go toe-to-toe with Sheffield Wednesday. Look at the league table as it's still just 11 games gone. Both teams level on points, 2nd and 3rd. The result of this game could prove to be so vital come the end of the season. So again, just like the Wolves fixture, we had to make sure we were on top of our game and that we treated it a bit like a cup final. Clayton started this game in place of Forshaw, who was available after serving his 1-match ban. But after Clayton showed what he can do in that game against Ipswich, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna stick with Clayton and see what we can do in the next couple of games or so. Minutes before that half-time whistle was blown, Sheffield Wednesday were pressing, and Mata with a very ambitious try could have found the back of the net. I know the ball was sailing and it was getting higher and higher, but you know, on a better day for Sheffield Wednesday, that ball could have just floated into the top right-hand corner. The first goal, though, came at the start of the second half, and it went to Middlesbrough instead of Sheffield Wednesday, thankfully. Albert Adoma did well to make space for himself, cutting inside and being on the receiving end of that through ball from Whitehead. The Wednesday keeper came out to meet Adoma as he felt his back four incapable of clearing the danger. But unfortunately for him, the ball was in the back of his own net before he knew it. Now, that pattern I've been talking about over the last couple of videos with this Middlesbrough side, you know, where I go and score and then go and concede straight after, I thought it was going to continue after Parmesan distributed that ball poorly, allowing Burton to intercept it. And what do you know? As the ball was taken into our penalty area, a penalty was given. That pattern would certainly continue if I conceded here. Kenneth Omeru getting that yellow card just before the hour mark. Could Parmesan pull off a fantastic save to keep us in front? No, he couldn't, as Sheffield Wednesday had pulled a goal back. They were back on level terms with Middlesbrough at the Riverside, and again that pattern continued. I can't help myself. I just don't know what it is. It really does frustrate me, and numerous times I have come very close to throwing my controller across the room and up against the wall. The only way I seem to keep a clean sheet is if the game ends 0-0, or if we go ahead and get a late winner with a 1-0 win. That seems to be the only 3 results recently. I just want to change it. It's getting very frustrating. Bamford did well with the opportunities he was given after coming off the bench in the second half. But, you know, it was a tight angle again, and that's all I can seem to come up with, really. We're finding it very hard to break down teams. Nsue, though, 87th minute, won us a penalty. You can't make this stuff up. But straight away, my thoughts were, you know, we're going to miss this. Yeah, and it's going to stay 1-1 just because of that pattern which has been developing. And looking at that replay, I don't know. It kind of looks like a bit of a dive from Nsue. Maybe he should have been booked for simulation from the ref. But it would be Bamford anyway to step up and take the penalty. Could he be Middlesbrough's hero to get the winning goal? He did. He made it 2-1. We've actually beaten that bracket of the 1-0 brigade now, guys. Bamford made it 2-1. That would prove to be the winning goal as well, that penalty. A very controversial decision made by the referee. But who cares? It stands. We're winners. And we've got more than 1 goal. Yes! It's something to celebrate about, right? And it was such an important game because now you can see with the league table, we are top but level on points with Brighton. A point above Charlton Athletic. Sheffield Wednesday still in with a chance there. All we have to do is lose a game and they win one, and they're right back in the picture again. Hopefully that won't be the case as we travel to Millwall. And I knew we were in for one hell of a game, physically and mentally. Now for this game, once again I was experimenting with my strikers, who I was going to go with. I did go with Bamford in the end, seeing that he scored that winning penalty against Sheffield Wednesday in our previous game. But I'm not sure whether Bamford works best as a super sub. It seemed like that in that game against Sheffield Wednesday. Yes, it was a penalty that he scored, but he had a number of quality chances in front of goal. But I thought for this one against Millwall, let's give him another chance as a starter, and we'll go from there. It wouldn't be Bamford though scoring the opening goal. It would come from Nsue. Nicely done, another through ball pass. We were in the lead, looking very promising as well for Middlesbrough, seeing that we scored so early on with just 3 minutes gone of the game. Taylor Fletcher though found Fuller, and he had a crack at goal, hitting the outside of the post. Thankfully that pattern didn't carry on and be consistent as always. Look at this bit of skill from Bamford, finding Whitehead. Nice little back heel, just turning the ball around with his feet. Beautiful stuff, and it allowed us to carry on attacking. And Nsue, the goal scorer, cutting inside, finding Tomlin, and it was just passing around the ball, and we were doing so well. And Bamford didn't get much power behind that volley, but it was enough to make their keeper work and to think about his positioning and what he can expect as the game went on. In the second half, Adoma with a nice back heel found Clayton, and I did go for the shot, trying from a difficult angle, but we won the corner. I was happy with that. It'd be Whitehead, the captain of the game, to whip it in, and it was Fredericks outside, and look at that for a volley. There was so much power and aggression behind it. It almost shattered the crossbar. Morietta did make it 2-0, but it was rolled offside. But I was just surprised to see such a powerful shot from my right back Fredericks. I mean, look, on the outside of his right foot, you can see that Morietta was offside by his head and shoulders. And Bamford finding that run by Adoma, cutting inside, and he did plant the ball into the top left-hand corner. Such power behind it. The keeper was just rooted to the spot, and look at that, how it just flies up into that top corner. Could have easily have hit the crossbar again there, Middlesbrough, but it was just on the underside, and we found ourselves 2-0 in the lead. I was very happy with how this game was going, and Kike was lucky to make it 3-0. Still had the ball in his possession, working with it, but look at Forde. What a save. Fully stretched, keeping that at the back of the net, keeping this game at 2-0. Look at that for a save. We did have another corner though. Whitehead to take, whip that in. We did have Fredericks outside, and it was him that would pick up the loose ball again and smash it. But again, he hit the woodwork. Why couldn't he find the back of the net? I mean, Forte was beaten on both occasions from both volleys. It could have easily have ended up 3-4-0 this game to Middlesbrough. I thought Millwall were very relaxed. They weren't really taking this game serious, and Loftus-Cheek, Loney from Chelsea, did well to steal that ball. He pickpocketed big time to find Kike, and Kike had Adoma in support and took advantage of it, unselfish like, and it will be Adoma with a simple tap in. And I think now he is level with Kike on being the top goal scorer so far this season for Borough. And I had a feeling with the way this game was going, it would be Adoma getting a hat-trick, because he was just on fire against Millwall, who, they were poor in this game. They were very relaxed and they weren't really taking it serious at all. I was very shocked. Parmesan distributed that ball fantastically, finding Nsue so far out. It's a long throw. Being 3-0 up there against Millwall certainly gave us a lot to think about for future games, and it gave us confidence going in to our next game as well. Adoma, man of the match, certainly getting 2 goals to his name, always in the right place, and that performance was more like it. That's what I want to see. I don't expect it for every game, but for the majority of games this season, I expect to see a performance like that. I mean, Adoma was fantastic, as you know, and he even got a little article written up about him stepping up. He's been turning it on game after game and really proved to be one of the standout players at Middlesbrough. And with that win over Millwall, we stay top of the Championship, and we are top by 2 points. So a good sign there, very positive. We're turning things around. That's what I like to see. Anyway guys, that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one.